Brandon Ingram has been playing great. We talk about Zion and what he's going to do when he comes back. Well, Brandon Ingram is not going to step aside for him. He really came in and really emerged as their star, if you want to say that, for this team. I like his leadership and his growth, and he's keeping them in this game.
Yeah, the only chance they have is for him to continue to play well.
I think he's front runner for, what's that, player of the year? That comeback player of the year? Not comeback, most improved. Most improved. He should be the leading candidate for that.
He's improved literally every statistic you could possibly think of. And so AD is just throwing down things like this. Look at this, 21 points in the first.
He's in his backyard playing against his little brother.
Look at that. Oh, what did we lose there?
Loss is gone.
Wait, is he going to catch it?
Same way we do every game and try to play Lakers basketball and get a win.
Anthony Davis had 41 the last time they played the Pelicans, and he had the game-winning steal. It might not be as emotional, of course, as going back to New Orleans for the first time, so I get that. But James is always going to have meaning, right? No matter what AD says, you always know you're playing, your first
time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the right thing to say.
Yeah.
It's not going to mean anything, them coming here, but I'm pretty sure he's going to make sure they don't leave here with a win. So, yeah, I think he's going to come out. He's mature enough not to get into, I used to play in New Orleans and all that. But, at home, stay focused on what the team has been doing, and everything else to take care of itself.
You remember every time you played the Lakers, Fish?
Yes, for sure.
Even the first time you left, second time, right?
Yes, and I think the difference, too, for AD is, although he was there with 7 seasons, a lot of turnover during his tenure. Coaching changes, personnel changes. Other players that may have left an organization, if you've been there 7, 8 years, you may have 6 or 7 or 8 guys still on that team that you grew up with, that you guys are really close. So when you play against those guys, it's always going to be special. But for AD, Drew Holiday, a couple other guys, a couple coaches, but a lot of new faces, there in New Orleans, so maybe not as much of a personal thing for him.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. It's here at Staples Center. He's safe. The fans adore him already in just a few short months with this franchise. It was interesting. At New Orleans shoot-around today, Alvin Gentry, the Pelicans coach, he was asked about Brandon Ingram. He was asked about Lonzo Ball. He was asked about the team's winning streak. But what he was not asked about initially was Zion. In fact, it's funny. They have complete Zion mania down there in New Orleans. He finally practiced the other day, hasn't played yet in the regular season. In fact, Alvin was kind of surprised. He started to walk away, and someone's like, wait, we have to ask you about Zion still. So the talk of today's practice anyway, today's shoot-around, as far as New Orleans, was all their young players coming back to the Lakers. We'll see what they all do.
All right, we're going to get into Lonzo and B.I. In a little bit. Let's talk BI now. Inside access, Brandon Ingram's improvement season by season, and you see the huge leap year 1 to 2 and then year 3 to 4, which many expected. No one here surprised at how well he's playing. And we will talk about Brandon Ingram a little later when we come back. But first, let's get to Take Your Shot, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. You're each going to pick a Laker you think is going to impact this game. James, who do you got?
I'm going with AD. And the reason is, I would love to see AD a little bit more in the post in certain situations when they need a bucket. He's a great free throw shooter. In crunch time, I know LeBron is going to be the primary ball handler, but I'd like to see a little bit more of AD in the post. I'm picking him tonight going against his former team. As you mentioned, 41 points in the last Pelican game in November. I think he'll keep that going tonight.
Who you got, Fish?
I'm on the Kuz bus tonight,
All right, Fish. That's who I took.
Kuz was the...
last time I did it.
Yeah, Kuz was the one holdover that the Lakers held on to.
Oh, they wanted him.
In the trade for Anthony Davis. So the artist formerly known as Kyle Kuzma.
And he was big the last time they played Celtics.
That's who I'm going with tonight.
Please stand up.
Slim Shady. Please stand up.
Press?
I'm going to go with the artist known as Kenny Pope. Yeah, he didn't play so well a couple nights ago. 3 points on New Year's night against Phoenix. I think he's actually had a really good December. I think he'll bounce back tonight. Etuan Moore, pretty good reserve in the backcourt for the Pelicans, so KCP's got to play a little defense. Moore kind of won that game for them the other night, the Pelicans' last game. He played really well, 25 points, right around that.
All right. Staples, it's excited, right, to get to see the young core back. You got the Lakers on a little win streak. Should be a lot of fun. Let's get you to Staples Center. We got Bill McDonald and Stu Lance on the call. Billy Mack. Let's go.
Geeter, let's go. One more time, another home game for the Lakers. What a gorgeous day in Southern California. Turned into a brilliant night, but we are inside, sold out as usual, and everybody is amped up for the #1 team in the West. The Los Angeles Lakers. We are live from Staples Center in downtown LA. Spectrum Sportsnet proudly presents the NBA. Tonight, the Lakers take on the Pelicans. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. Well, we get a chance to see some old friends here tonight with New Orleans. We'll get to them in a minute. But AD went back to New Orleans earlier this year, dropped 41 on his old team, and he was just as instrumental. Didn't score as many, but just as instrumental the other night against Phoenix.
Yeah, he's going to be instrumental in every game that the Lakers play because he's the guy that they run their offense through the majority of the time. And you talk about a talented young man against the Suns on Wednesday, a mere 26 and 11, but he had a couple of spectacular plays on the inside and also showed off the long-range ball as he knocked down a triple. So he's the guy that they're going to focus their defense on tonight, but they also have to worry about his running mate, LeBron James. He just had a mere 31, 13, and 12. 89th career triple-double. He seems like a triple-double each and every night because of his ability to do so many things.
The Pellies have turned things around a little bit, still near the bottom of the West. However, they had lost 13 in a row. Right now, they've won 5 of 6 and 4 in a row. No Zion Williamson. We may see him at the end of the month, but in his absence, former Laker Brandon Ingram is not only their leader now, he's their best player.
He's been their best player all season long. I mean, he has really flourished this year. He's really improved his percentage from the field, whether it's the mid-range game or the long-range game. Brandon Ingram is shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. The Lakers know what they need to do. They need to stop him, and that's going to be a chore for whoever is guarding him. And then Lonzo Ball is really starting to play his type of basketball, coming off of a triple-double against the Rockets on Sunday, 27, 10, and 10. And when he's making 7 3-pointers, you know he's feeling rather good.
And, of course, Josh Hart is here also.
President, I am Chris McGee. We got Lakers and Pelicans coming up in just a few minutes. Lonzo Ball had the best game of the season in his last one against the Rockets. He had a career-high 7 threes, 27 points. He had 10. He's had his struggles in year 3, but Josh Hart likes what he's seeing from Lonzo recently.
I think he's really starting to get that explosion back and kind of be able to switch gears. Obviously, he had that tough ankle injury, towards the end of last season. But I think he's really, starting to feel back to being, himself and kind of playing the game the way he always played it. And that's very exciting for us, very exciting for the organization to, have that added element back.
I think that right now he's playing exactly like we anticipated. I think he's pushed the pace of the game for us. He's a guy that Fred Vincent has done a great job working on his shooting, getting his feet set and shooting the basketball. He had a good shooting night the other night, but, I anticipate him having more of those nights too, because I think when he takes 3-point shots with his feet set, he's been pretty effective, when he's done that.
So many expectations for Lonzo Ball, especially here in Los Angeles when he was drafted. Can he turn his career around, Big Game James, and get it going where I think we all hope it can go?
Yeah, I mean, it's, to his defense, there was a lot of hype for this kid coming out of UCLA, man. 1 year of college, coming to a big city in Los Angeles, and they just expected the world when, socially and as a young man, he's still growing up. He had a lot of stuff he was dealing with, family, etc. I still believe in Lonzo Ball. He's still going to be a good ball player. It's just not going to happen as quickly as people wanted it to. With his size, 6'5", and his talent on the defensive end as well, which I thought he showed a lot of progress there when he was with the Lakers. But I think he's on schedule to become the player that everyone thinks he can be. It'll take a little bit more time for him, as it does for a lot of players.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that, we talked about the hype around Zion Williamson or LeBron back in 2003. There's a flip side to the hype, right? Is that these young players aren't really given time to develop and mature as young people. and as players. And so I think that Lonzo, with time, will continue to be a really good NBA basketball player. He has the size, he has the IQ, he has the feel for the game. It's just a matter of refining skills that when you don't play, many years of college basketball, your professional career has been riddled with injuries that have limited your ability to train and get better.